In this video lecture, I will discuss errors and types of errors in C. So what is error? Error is an illogical operation performed by the user which results in abnormal working of the program. Programming errors often remain undetected until the program is compiled or executed. So these are some types of errors. First one is syntax error, then runtime error, linker error, logical error and semantic error. So one by one I will be discussing all these errors. So these errors should be removed before compiling and executing. So the first category of the error is syntax error. So what is syntax error? This error occurs when we violate the rules of writing C syntax. That is known as syntax error. So this is the compile time error and it should be fixed before the code can be compiled. And this error is detected by the compiler. That's why we call it compile time error. So the most frequent syntax error are when we miss the parenthesis or the curly braces, or we want to print the value of the variable without declaring it. For example, we want to print the value of some variable a and we have not declared this variable a. So that is syntax error. Or we miss the semicolon. So any statement must terminate with the semicolon in C. So when we miss the semicolon, that also show the syntax error. So these errors, when we execute the code, so this will be detected by the compiler. Okay, so that's why we call it compile time error. And why we call it syntax error? Because we violate the rule of writing C syntax. So the rule of writing C syntax is we have to write the, like if we have parenthesis opening, we should write the closing parenthesis, and then opening curly braces, we should write closing curly braces. We have, and every statement should terminate with the semicolon. And when we want to print some variable, we need to first declare it. So all these are syntax that we need to follow. If we violate, it will give syntax error. So let's discuss one program. Okay, so here this is the program to explain the syntax error. So the first one is you can see here we have declared two variable x and y, and the value of x is initialized 10 and y is 15. And see here in printf, after printf we have missed the semicolon. So semicolon is missed. So when we compile this code, it will give this error, expected semicolon before this token. Okay, so this is the first example. Second example, here you can see in while, okay, we have not given the expression. So what is the syntax of writing while loop? We write while, and this inside this parenthesis we write some expression. So here expression is required. We have just written this dot. So the error will be expected expression before dot token. Okay, so these are the syntax which we must follow. We need to write the semicolon after printf. We must give some expression in while loop, okay, inside the parenthesis. So these are the syntax which we need to follow. If we violate that, all these errors will come. So that's why we call it syntax error, because we violate the syntax of C, and when we compile the code, these errors will be detected. So we call it compile time error also. Okay, so the next category is runtime error. So what is runtime error? After the successful compilation of the code, this error will be detected during the runtime. Okay, so during compilation it won't be detected by the compiler, but it will be detected during runtime. And one of the most common runtime error is division by 0, or also known as division error. Okay, so let's take one example. Here we have taken two variable n, okay, and division, and you can see here in this line division is equal to n by 0. So we want to divide the number by 0. So this program abnormally terminates, and during compilation it won't give any error, but during execution it will give error. So this warning will come, division by 0. So this is the second category of error, that is runtime error. Now next is linker error. What is linker error? Linker error, these errors occur after compilation. Okay, when we compile the code, after that we link the different object file with mains object file. Okay, after compilation. So these are errors generated when the executable of the program cannot be generated. So this may be due to wrong function prototyping. So what are the main causes of linker error? First one is wrong function prototype, okay, or incorrect header file, or one of the most common linker error is writing main instead of main. So here everything should be in small letter. If we write this, if we make this M as capital, so then it will give us linker error. So wrong function prototyping, okay, or incorrect header file. And you can see in this example, here we have written main instead of this M is capital, it should have been small m here. Okay, so this is the error. So what error it will give? Undefined reference to main, because it will not because here it should be this main, so this will not understand what is this what is this capital main. So this executable of the code program cannot be generated. Okay, so this is the next category of error, linker error. Then next is logical error. So what is logical error? On compilation and execution of a program, desired output is not obtained when certain input values are given. Means when we have compiled the code, we have executed the program also, but the output which we want to obtain, the desired output means the expected output is not obtained. So when the certain input values are given, so these types of error which provide incorrect output but appears to be error free are called logical error. Means during compilation and execution it won't give any error, so it seems to be error free, but the logic of the program should be wrong. So this is called as logical error. So these are one of the most common errors done by beginners of the programming. So these are the errors which will be done by beginners, and these errors solely depend on the logical thinking of the programmer and are easy to detect if we follow the line of execution and determine why the program takes that part of execution. So it is easy to detect if we just trace the program line by line. So let's take one example. Here you can see we have written main function, and then this is the variable I, and the value is initialized 0, and we have written for loop. So what is the syntax of writing for loop? We write for loop and then we write expression 1, expression 2 and expression 3. Okay, and these expression semicolon. So this will be the initialization expression, this will be the condition expression, and this will be the update expression, and we don't write semicolon here. But if we put semicolon after for loop, so this will not give any compiler or runtime error, but the logic is wrong, so this won't give any output. So when we execute the code, it will not show any output. So here no output, okay, when we execute the code, because the logic is wrong. Okay, so the next category is semantic error. So what is semantic error? This error occurs when the statements written in the program are not meaningful to the compiler. Okay, so here you can see in this example we have taken 3 variables and then we have written this statement a plus b is equal to c. So you know what is L value and R value. So here a plus b is equal to c. So this is here what type of error will come? See, this is the left hand side of the expression and this is the right hand side of the expression. So here this cannot be, here in the left hand side we cannot write any expression. So this will give semantic error. Okay, so the error will be L value required as left operand of assignment. Okay, so here we cannot write any expression. So that is called as semantic error, because when the code written by us is not meaningful to the compiler, so this error will come L value required as left operand of assignment operator. So this side we cannot give, see this a plus b is expression, so we cannot give any expression here. Okay, so this is all about types of error. Hope you have understood the concept of errors and types of errors in C. Thank you.